let's discuss where JWE2 can still improve. Hello and welcome back to Tricolor Gaming with me, Fletcher. And in today's video, we are going to tackle where I think JWE2 can still improve. After multiple updates, the game is in a much better position today than it was on day one. But I think there are still some areas where they can improve. And let me make it clear that I'm not talking about things we would like to see come to the game, but things that I think are necessary. So let's get going. Number 1, Lagoon animal animation. So this is a drum I keep beating, but I think it's one of the biggest flaws with the game so far. The new aquatic animals were a great addition to the game, but the animals are seriously lacking in the animations department. Yes, they hunt, and they swim about, but that's all they really do. Aquatic animals need an expansion to their animations, adding social animation and some new idle animations to bring them up to the same standards as the land-based animals. I also feel that some of the existing animations need some tidying up. The mosasaur jumping animation looks so teleporty at the moment. Number 2, pterosaurs need to walk. So this is another animation related issue. Since we now have the supersized Quetzalcoatlus in game, and I can see other members of the Azdarchid family of pterosaurs coming to the game, it is an obvious missing animation to see these animals walking around. Current theory is that these supersized pterosaurs would spend time walking on the ground as well as flight, so I think it would be nice for all pterosaurs to have a walking animation added. This would also open up more possibilities for animations between pterosaurs, especially social ones, which again are missing, just like with the aquatic animals. And while we are talking about pterosaurs, less flapping, more gliding please, Frontier. Number 3, expanding the creature diets. With the adding of our first agnorognathid pterosaur, that being the Yehalopterus, we were all glad to see the addition of an insect feeder station for it, since it would look bizarre for such an animal to be eating the huge fish. We also saw the addition of Dinokairos, which can eat both plants but also eat from the fish feeders. This sets a precedent for the expansion of animal diets as a whole to more match what their real life diets probably were. Insect feeding is something that could definitely be added to dinosaurs like Struthiomimus and Archaeornithomimus, as well as the pterosaur Dimorphodon. We could also see larger pterosaurs being able to eat from the meat feeders. And if you want to suggest other things you think the game needs, remember to leave a comment, and while you're there, give us a like and subscribe for more content from all of us at Tricolor Gaming. Right, on with the last 2 things. Number 4, bringing us content from JWE1. So while JWE2 is a far superior game to JWE1 in many regards, there are still some things from the first game I think we need to see return. The first is the return of the storm defense structure. JWE2 turned storm defense into a building placeable upgrade, but this is a very inefficient method of limiting damage from storms. Firstly, you can't place this upgrade on all buildings. Secondly, it takes up one of only 2 upgrade slots on other buildings. And thirdly, it means you have to go around applying this upgrade to all the relevant buildings. Meanwhile, the storm defense structures from JWE1 simply provided an area of effect buff to all buildings in the area, with the more advanced structure having a larger radius of effect. I think we need to see versions of these structures return to Jurassic World Evolution 2, probably as tech tree unlocks, to provide us a more usable method of storm defense that's more efficient to use. I would also think we need to see the return of the large Jurassic World style hotel from the first game. While the existing hotels we have at the moment are okay, the first game's hotel had the distinct advantage of looking more closely like the actual hotel structure from the film. In-game, I think this hotel could be added as a similar structure to the Innovation Center. You would be limited to building just one of them. However, in addition to a large hotel population it would provide, it would also provide food and drink needs for the area around it too. That way, the hotel itself could become a center point for your parks. The final thing I think we need from the first game are the return of some of the original maps. Many of these maps, such as Penna, Sauna and Tacanho, were fan favourites, and to see them come back to the new game in new forms with that new biome system would be something we need. I could even see this being a paid DLC that many would happily pay for. Number 5. Greater animal representation. So while the second game does feature a huge number of animals, there are some flaws with the current lists. There is a glut of carnivores, hadrosaurs and sauropods, while some of the other dinosaur families are lacking. There is also a lacking in the types of aquatic life that we have access to. One of the biggest needs for the game is the expansion of the Triassic period animals that we currently have. Both Jurassic World Evolution 1 and Jurassic World Evolution 2 were lacking in animal representation from this, the earliest time period of dinosaur evolution. While we have some Triassic period animals, there are some big species that are missing. Plateosaurus and other members of the prosauropod family are a good example of this. There is also the giant aquatic ichthyosaurs like Symbospondylus that would add a Triassic period aquatic to our list. All three periods of the dinosaurs and other prehistoric life should be represented well. And talking of aquatics, we also need an expansion to the types of animal we have to make use of. The addition of less carnivorous and aggressive animals, such as Archelon or Leeds ichthyes, would add some calmer, family-friendly animals to our lagoons. There are also other animals, fan favourites mostly, that I think we need to see return before the end of the game's dev cycle. Obvious examples here are the return of the missing hybrids from the first game. Other species I think we need to see come to the game include Protoceratops, Utahraptor, Centrosaurus, Hypsilophodon, and Archaeopteryx. These 5 species are all important and famous in their own ways, would add further representation to some of the dinosaur groups we have in game, and would make use of those new feathers to increase the number of feathered animals we have in the game too. So that was 5 things that I think the game absolutely needs to improve. Let me know in the comments which of these you agree with and what elements that you think JWE2 needs next to improve. Don't forget to give us a like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video. Until next time, stay safe and goodbye.